Welcome back. This is Ray CRE Broker. I'm Ray Kang, and this is the final episode in our 7-part series on better retail property or strip center ownership. Over the last few episodes, we've covered key principles: how to operate like an owner, manage proactively, and build value with intention. Today, I want to close this series with a challenge. Are you holding your property with purpose or just by default? Now, in part one, we are going to cover what I see very often, especially with owners who have held their centers for 10, 15, even 25 years. And it is the passive hold trap. They're still holding the property because they always have, not because they've evaluated it recently or because it's still aligned with their goals. It cash flows, it's mostly leased, it's familiar, but there's no plan, no roadmap, just inertia. The problem is, holding by default increases your exposure. You stop paying attention to true performance, you miss strategic upgrades, and when it's finally time to exit, you're unprepared. Passive ownership isn't a strategy, it's a habit. And habits need to be reviewed. So what does it mean to hold with purpose? Holding with purpose doesn't mean you sell tomorrow. It means you've done the work to understand why you're still holding, how the asset is performing, and whether it's still serving you. So let's dig deeper into this. Ask yourself, is this property still meeting your investment goals? What was your original reason for buying it? Steady cash flow? Tax benefits, appreciation? Now ask, is it still delivering on that? Sometimes the market changes. Sometimes you change. But if you never pause to reassess, the property might be misaligned without you even realizing it. Another question, is your return on equity still competitive? Here's one I always talk about, return on equity. If your property has appreciated, but your cash flow hasn't grown, you could be earning a 3 to 4% return on trapped equity or even less. So asking yourself, if you had the same equity sitting in a bank account, would I keep it there earning 3%? Or would I look for a better way to put it to work? How about, are you building wealth or just sitting on trapped capital? This one's tough. A paid off property can feel like a win, and it is, but if your rents are under market, expenses are high, and you haven't reinvested in years, then it's not building wealth, it's just sitting there. Wealth is built through active ownership, smart reinvestment, and intentional decisions, not through autopilot. Holding with purpose means reviewing your goals, not just your rent checks. The best owners I work with, they treat their property like a business. And just like any good business, they review it at least once a year. And here's what that review may look like. Asking, what's my current NOI? Is your net operating income growing year over year? Are you budgeting for capital expenses? Or has it flatlined even though values have gone up around you? How has my equity position changed? You might have bought it at a 7 cap and now the market's pricing it at a 6. That's equity growth, but are you using it? Could you refinance, pull cash out, trade into something newer, more passive, or better located? Are there leases expiring in the next 18 months? Lease rollover risk is one of the biggest drivers of discount at sale, but most owners only deal with it after the renewal window has passed. Look ahead 12 to 24 months. Start planning now before vacancy puts you on defense. How about, are my vendors still performing well? Have you reviewed your landscaping, trash, HVAC, or security contracts in the last 3 years? You might be overpaying or underperforming and not even know it. Good operations equal better tenant retention equals better valuation. Have you asked yourself, is this asset still aligned with my personal goals? This is the big one. Maybe it was perfect when you bought it, but now you're older. Your time horizon is shorter. Your lifestyle is different. Does this property still fit your financial and personal picture? Are you just holding on out of habit? sentiment or fear of taxes. Holding forever is not a plan unless you've decided what forever actually looks like. So here's what I want to leave with you today. You don't just own a building, you own a business, and that business should be reviewed strategically, intentionally, and regularly. Whether you decide to hold, refinance, renovate, or exit, the key is to do it with clarity, not complacency. If it's been more than 12 months since your last review, I recommend talking with your advisor. Run through your NOI, your lease risk, rent roll performance, and model out return on equity. So thanks for joining me on this 7-part series. We'll continue exploring new topics from here, but I hope that this has given you a solid foundation for treating your strip center like the investment it truly is. Until next time, I'm Ray CRE Broker, helping you make more money on your deals. Take care.